The internet didn't just wake up to another celebrity rumor today. It woke up to a full-blown storm surrounding Claressa Shields, and this time, something feels dangerously different. One post, one sudden shift in energy, one unexplained switch in behavior, and within minutes, the entire boxing world, entertainment blogs, and fan pages lit up like a live wire that can't be shut off. Because what started as a harmless comment about her recent attitude online has now spiraled into something much darker. People claiming they're noticing patterns, deleted posts, cryptic messages, sudden changes in who she's seen with, and timing that feels almost too precise to ignore. And the biggest shock? Insiders, real or rumored, are whispering that this isn't the first time Claressa Shields has shifted right before a major personal or public turning point. Fans are now going back through old interviews, old clips, even old tweets, and what they're finding is making them question everything they thought they knew about her story. But here's where it gets even more intense, because just as people started piecing things together, a so-called leaked audio clip began circulating online. It's short, it's distorted, but listeners swear they hear her voice saying something that suggests a major reset is coming, like she's preparing to step into a completely different version of herself again. And the timing of it all? That's what has everyone on edge. Because right when this clip surfaced, her online activity changed. Her tone shifted. Her silence grew heavier. And suddenly, the internet is no longer asking if something is happening. They're asking what she's getting ready to do next, and who is really behind the scenes influencing every move. And just when you think it can't escalate further, the first real, insider leak drops, and it changes the entire direction of this story forever. The internet didn't just react to Claressa Shields today. It erupted like someone lit a match inside a room full of gasoline, and now nobody can tell where the fire actually started. One moment, everything looked normal. Training clips, motivational posts, confidence intact. The next moment, a sudden shift in her energy online sent fans into overdrive, because people are saying this isn't the first time she's done it, and every time it happens, something major follows right after. What triggered it this time was subtle at first. A deleted post. A repost with no explanation. A caption that looked harmless on the surface, but felt oddly emotional underneath it. But in the world of celebrity chaos, nothing stays small for long. Within hours, fan pages started comparing timestamps, analyzing her recent interviews, and pointing out what they call a pattern of emotional switches that nobody can fully explain. Then the rumors escalated. A supposed insider leak began circulating claiming Claressa Shields had recently changed direction in her personal circle again, distancing herself from certain influences while reconnecting with people fans thought were long out of the picture. Nothing confirmed. No official statement. But that didn't matter anymore because the narrative had already taken over social media. And once the narrative takes control, reality starts falling behind. Old clips resurfaced. Interviews where she spoke about trust, loyalty, and betrayal suddenly looked different under the new lens fans were building. Every pause felt suspicious. Every smile looked staged. Every answer seemed like it might have been hiding something deeper. People weren't just watching her anymore, they were studying her like a case file. Then the first real explosion hit. A distorted audio clip started spreading across X and TikTok, allegedly capturing Claressa Shields in a private conversation. The voice was unclear, broken by background noise, but listeners claimed they heard phrases like "reset everything again," and "they won't see it coming this time." No proof it was real. No source. But that didn't stop it from going viral in minutes. Because once doubt enters the internet, it multiplies. And right after that clip surfaced, fans noticed something even stranger: her online silence. No follow-up. No clarification. No denial. Just quiet. And in celebrity culture, silence is never empty. It's always filled with theories. People started asking if this switch in behavior was emotional or strategic. Some said she's overwhelmed. Others said she's evolving. But the louder theory spreading online suggests something else entirely, that Claressa Shields is being influenced behind the scenes by forces the public doesn't fully understand yet. That's when the story pulled in more names. Without any official connection, Fans began linking unrelated posts and past controversies involving figures like Remy Ma and Papoose, not because there was confirmation of involvement, but because the internet doesn't wait for clarity before building connections. It builds patterns first and asks questions later. And those patterns were spreading fast. A deleted Instagram story here. A cryptic tweet there. A repost that vanished within minutes. Screenshots of all of it began circulating like evidence in a case nobody officially opened. People started mapping timelines, trying to match emotional shifts with public appearances, convinced that something major was unfolding behind closed doors. Then came the insider message leak. Screenshots allegedly showing private messages began circulating, referencing phrases like controlling the narrative before it controls you and don't let them define your next move. The sender was unnamed, the context unclear, but fans immediately tied it back to Claressa Shields because the tone matched what they believed they were already seeing, someone preparing for a shift. But just as quickly as the leak appeared, it started disappearing. Accounts went private. Posts were deleted. Links stopped working. And that only made people more convinced it was real. Because in internet logic, removal equals confirmation. And now the energy shifted from curiosity to obsession. Fans began breaking down everything. Every recent interview. Every facial expression. Every pause between sentences. One clip where she hesitated before answering a simple question about her future was suddenly being analyzed like it contained hidden meaning. People were no longer consuming content, they were decoding it. Then came the emotional angle. Some supporters started saying Claressa Shields looked different, lately, not physically, but emotionally. More guarded. More unpredictable. One day confident and grounded, the next slightly distant, almost detached. And every time she switched tones, the internet treated it like another piece of a larger puzzle. But critics pushed back, calling it projection, saying fans are forcing a narrative onto normal human behavior, that not every mood shift is a conspiracy. Still, the momentum didn't slow down. It only escalated. A new clip surfaced showing Claressa Shields reacting sharply to a question during a live interaction. Her tone was firm, defensive, almost irritated. That moment alone became another viral trigger, with users claiming it was proof that pressure behind the scenes is starting to show publicly. And right after that, another twist. A voice note began circulating anonymously, allegedly from someone close to the situation, claiming that Claressa Shields has been dealing with internal pressure regarding trust, loyalty, and who she can rely on. No names were mentioned, no details confirmed, but the message spread anyway because it fit too perfectly into the ongoing narrative. At this point, truth didn't matter anymore. Perception was driving everything. And perception was getting darker. Fans started noticing how quickly each new development replaced the last one. A leak appears, goes viral, disappears, and immediately gets replaced by another rumor even more intense than the previous one. It felt like a cycle that never allowed the story to settle. And that's when the speculation shifted again. Some began suggesting that the switching people are seeing isn't random at all, that it might be connected to a larger emotional or strategic recalibration happening in real time. Others went further, claiming there might be external pressure shaping how she presents herself publicly. Nothing confirmed. Everything implied. But implication is enough when millions are watching. Then, out of nowhere, another resurfaced interview clip started trending. In it, Claressa Shields talks about trust being the hardest thing to protect when everyone wants a piece of your life. At the time, it sounded like a general statement. Now, fans are treating it like foreshadowing. And that's the dangerous part of viral storytelling. Past words start looking like warnings. Present silence starts looking like confirmation. And future actions start feeling predicted before they even happen. Meanwhile, social media continues building its own version of events. Threads grow longer. Theories get more detailed. People assign meaning to things that were never meant to carry meaning in the first place. And every new post adds fuel to a fire that has no natural endpoint. Then came another shift. A sudden spike in searches around Claressa Shields coincided with another wave of reposted content, this time focusing on her career pressure, her discipline, and the intensity of her public image. Fans started asking if the emotional weight of being constantly analyzed is contributing to what they're calling behavioral changes. But even that explanation didn't satisfy everyone. Because once the idea of a hidden layer enters the conversation, simple answers stop feeling acceptable. And now the internet is split. One side believes this is just another exaggerated cycle of celebrity speculation amplified by social media algorithms. The other side believes they're witnessing something unfolding in real time that hasn't fully revealed itself yet. And Claressa Shields remains at the center of both narratives, silent, intentional or not, allowing every interpretation to grow unchecked. Then the final twist in this wave hit. A post appeared briefly, then vanished, claiming that the real shift hasn't even happened yet. No source, no verification, just a sentence that spread faster than anything before it. And that one line changed the entire tone of the conversation. Because now people aren't just reacting to what's already happened. They're waiting for what comes next. And whatever that is, the internet is already bracing for impact. And now here we are, at the point where the noise stops being just entertainment and starts feeling like something nobody can fully step away from. Because whether you believe this is all just overblown social media speculation, or you think there's actually something deeper unfolding behind Claressa Shields' sudden shifts and the constant wave of switch rumors, one thing is undeniable. The internet is no longer treating this like a normal celebrity story. It's treating it like a live unfolding mystery, and every new post, every silence, every deleted clip is being pulled into the center of it. But here's what most people don't realize while they scroll past this chaos. Stories like this don't end when the timeline goes quiet. They evolve. They resurface. They change shape. And the next update is never as far away as it seems. That's why everyone is watching closely now. Not just for confirmation, but for contradiction. One post that changes the direction. One interview that redefines everything. One leak that either proves the theories right or completely destroys them. And if you've made it this far into the story, you already know this isn't the kind of situation you just casually ignore and move on from. Because the moment you stop paying attention, that's usually when the biggest twist drops. So if you're following this, stay locked in. Like the video so you don't miss the next update when it breaks. Drop your thoughts in the comments, because right now, every theory being shared is shaping how this entire narrative spreads next. And subscribe, because what comes next in this story isn't going to move slowly. It's going to hit fast, spread instantly, and flip everything people think they understand upside down again. And the real question everyone is waiting on now is simple. Is this just internet noise getting out of control? Or is Claressa Shields quietly standing at the center of something the public hasn't fully seen yet? Either way, the next move is already loading.